Well, it happened. The Karens discovered themselves. On the 5th of April, radical feminist Julia Bendel tweeted, "Does anyone else think the Karen slur is woman-hating and based on class prejudice?" This led to a group of older white women discovering that they've been a punchline to a meme. Predictably, the woman did not react well at all, going so far as to say that Karen is a slur. Okay, boomer. In all seriousness, though, there are some things worth unpacking here. Let's start with the memes themselves. First, these memes aren't exactly new. The meme traces their origin to a Nintendo Switch commercial in 2016, where a woman brings her Switch to a party. A still from the commercials posted to Tumblr, making fun of the woman. Oh shit, Karen brought her stupid Nintendo thing to the party again. We're drinking, Karen. We're having conversations. In December 2017, the subreddit Fuck You Karen was created, which made fun of entitled, annoying behavior in women and added a particular kind of hairstyle to their memes. The bob cut is probably from Kate Gosselin, famous for the reality show John and Kate +8, which is about the couples and their octuplets. This is also likely where Karen's rep as an overbearing helicopter mom came from. Reddit helped make the name Karen synonymous with certain types of behaviors, complaining to the manager when needs aren't met, or expecting special treatment for having children. In March 2018, Urban Dictionary added a definition for Karen, an annoying middle-aged woman. I first noticed memes and tweets using different women's names cropping up back in fall of 2018. This was always a specific type of woman, older, unlikable, and, well, judgmental and entitled. Not all the memes had Karen. Some had Deborah, some Carol, but all older-sounding whitish names. Now, Karen has morphed into a catch-all for an entitled and out-of-touch woman, complaining to the manager, cheerfully Instagramming a cool dream catcher and suggesting he might be part Cherokee princess, posting about vaccines causing autism, like I noted in a previous video. You'll probably be called a Karen. While I think there is a point about these memes being sexist, I bet plenty of men with the same entitled, clueless attitude. I think this boils down to a pushback against white women being off limits from criticism. I do want to talk about both these things, but first, let's start dissecting if the Karen memes really are sexist. Honestly, I've gone back and forth on this one. While I do think the Karen memes capture a certain kind of woman, these memes wouldn't have endured for so long or be made in other languages if they weren't. It is a little odd to me that only women are singled out. I've met plenty of judgmental, spoiled men, and I don't think I'm alone in that regard. Part of me thinks we've been socialized to think that it's okay for men to be entitled, whether we're talking about men getting paid more on average than women, or women doing more chores or emotional labor than men. It seems that men expecting things is just something men do. But women expecting things? Oh no. You, Karen, you're being entitled. This YouTube Reddit channel pointed out that there can be male Karens. This attitude isn't tied to just one gender.
It's very refreshing to see an entitled dad and have the mom actually trying to defend the flight attendant, saying, "Honey, please calm down," when clearly the dad was not having it, and not in a good way. Had I ever really thought about a Karen being a dad? I don't think I have, mostly because of the gendered nature of the name, I guess, but hey, it makes sense. Anyone can be a Karen.
However, while I do think this meme is a little sexist, I think it points to a larger trend of white women not being off limits when it comes to mockery or criticism. Particularly after the 2016 presidential election, when it became news that around 53% of white women had voted for Donald Trump, at least according to exit polls. Suddenly, white women were the ones to blame for America's slide into Trumpism or whatever is happening now. To me, this just seems like part of lefty discourse that has blamed white men for society's problems and made fun of them. It's a bit like the criticism of casual racism of second-wave feminism went mainstream. Since the 1970s, some white women have refused to acknowledge the particular kind of sexism and racism that black women faced, or deal with their own privilege in a meaningful way. This article on Bitch deals with this topic really well, taking a close look at how racism is part of being a Karen. Michelle Wolf looks at this idea of white women's part in systemic racism in her 2000 Netflix special, Joke Show.
We're getting really mad at men these days. We're blaming a lot on men, especially white men. We're really going after you guys pretty hard. And I'm not saying you don't deserve it. You have been sneaky little devils. sisters even. But I do think white women, it's our turn to admit that we are also part of the problem. I know, it's really uncomfortable. White women are like, I did not come here for this. Others like, me? No, you can't blame me. I didn't do anything. Yes. Exactly.
Again, I'm of two minds. While I do agree partly that making fun of people may make them less sympathetic to progressive causes, yeah, no. Calling white people out on their casual racism or their privilege is fine. I mean, it's not like white people have historically been great about respecting other cultures or about being sensitive about race. Also, Karen is hardly the first time the particular names have gotten swept up in a meme. Chad's and Stacys are suddenly part of incel memes, Becky's have good hair, and the name Kevin has gotten a certain rep in Germany for someone who is prone to behavioral problems in school. After some research, I've discovered the closest equivalent to Karen might be Kyle. Again, a basic name associated with white people. But Kyle doesn't have the exact same connotation as Karen. The name Karen peaked in popularity in 1965, meaning that most Karens are going to be older. To me, Kyle sounds like a much younger name, especially when thinking about Kyle from the Netflix animated series She-Ra, who was mostly an incompetent man who got picked on. I do feel sympathetic to real-life Karens who aren't meme Karens, but there's an easy way not to get called a Karen. Don't act like one. Don't yell at cashiers or servers in restaurants when the food isn't perfect. Don't repost things Jenny McCarthy said about autism, and check your privilege when talking about race. And a special thanks to Brianna Stallings, my script advisor.